Hi, Tim White with Wet Sounds coming from SEMA 2022. We're excited to be back. We've been doing SEMA Show for about 10 years. Let's go take a look at what we've got to offer. We're here in our Wet Sounds booth. I want to show you our Pavati Wet Sounds Edition. So this is the Pavati AL26 Wet Sounds Edition. We worked with the guys at Pavati to build a really cool one-off SEMA style boat. So let's check it out. If you notice on the interior, it's Alcantara suede mixed with the marine grade vinyl, and it's a cool touch vinyl. So we did everything in a really unique gray and black pattern. Moving up onto the tower. Tower was built for 4 of our new Rev 12 HDs integrated into the tower. We have our light up tower support pole, we'll call that. Coming into the inside, I have a XXX15, Wet Sounds XXX15 under the driver. There's also a XXX12 in the center area. If you check it out back here, which is really cool, perfect for that party cove setup. We have dual XXX12s built into the back hatches, so when you open up your hatches, you get an enormous amount of bass response in and around the boat. Everything's running our new Zero speakers. So we've got multiple Zero speakers built into the tower, inside the boat, in the dash, and running all Wet Sound Sinister amplifiers. So this boat, it's caused quite a scene on the first day that we were told we only had 3 seconds to do a demo. So unfortunately it's a little too loud for SEMA, but you know, that's the way it goes when you're rocking Wet Sounds. So moving over to our display over here, we're showing the new Rev 12 HD and the brand new Rev 10 HD. So the Rev 12 HD now has a little brother, which is really not so little, but you've got a 10-inch version and a 12-inch version in both the HDs. So we've got a cutaway here showing our technology, and what we're showing is the unique driver designs that we do. It's a horn-loaded compression coaxial, we call a pro axle. We've piggybacked the compression driver on the back of the mid-bass driver, so everything comes through the center horn flare. So you have a super high output pro audio style driver and a very compact housing. We built a heat sink onto it, so it handles a lot of power for an extended playtime. Full composite enclosure, reinforcement to hold the weight of the driver, integrated LEDs on the front and the back, and it has a rotatable logo. So you have your Wet Sounds logo and you can adjust it depending on how the speaker's designed on the tower. So you've got, this one's actually getting powered by our Sinister amplifiers. So we've got a display showing you can do 12s, 10s, and then we're showing everybody's big favorite, which is the XXX15. The XXX15, it's a 5-inch voice coil, 2,500 watt RMS, absolute monster. So guys that really want to go to the next level and take it to an extreme, XXX15. Moving over to our new Polaris Ranger, showing our AR5 roof. Our AR5 roof from Wet Sounds is a complete all-in-one unit. It's the roof, the audio, light bars in the front, light bars in the back, RGB lighting, and one complete package. Very simple to install. If you take a look, you'll notice we have 4 of our 8-inch marine coaxials. We have a shallow 12-inch Wet Sound sub and its own enclosure that's mounted and molded to the roof, but it has its own airspace, so you're not sharing airspace. We're using our Wet Sounds marine source unit you can see up here, and next to it, it has our RGB switch, so you have full RGB control. Built into the roof is our Wet Sounds amplifiers that are flush mounted. It comes with 1 amplifier and a spot for a second amplifier. So if you want to add tower speakers, we have the ability, you take the plate that's normally here, swap it out, it's already pre-wired to add an external amplifier. Light bar on the back, light bar on the front, everything all in one box, take it on your roof, installs in a few minutes, and you're rocking. The Shadow 6 Typhoon, we call it an AUV. The guys at Shadow 6, good friends of ours, and they've been working on this for a couple of years and have built something that just hasn't been done before. So we wanted to bring it to SEMA, and it's been something everybody's been scratching their heads on. But it is a amphibious utility vehicle. It's sitting on dual jet ski pods, dual motors, extreme performance. And they've always been in really heavy, deep salt water and have not ever found a product that held up until they started using Wet Sounds and partnering with us. This one's running a Sinister amp with a pair of Rev 10 HDs, so you got plenty of output, plenty of power while you're out there jumping waves in the Typhoon. This is our Wet Sounds Road Glide. What we did on the Road Glide is we wanted to show that there's a capability to add high output audio without having to do a full custom build. You can go into the factory locations with the new Wet Sound Zero. So I'll show you right here. The Wet Sound Zero 6.5 will fit right into the factory fairing. We did a really cool driver that's our tower speaker technology, but it's miniaturized. It's very shallow. We're using neodymium magnets, so it's lightweight, doesn't affect your handling. It has a high output compression tweeter on it, and you have the capability to have something that's going to project over wind noise and your exhaust. Then we took our Zero shallow woofers, and we decided to build them into the bags, using the bag as the enclosure. So you have a really high output system without stuff hanging all over it. So we wanted to show that there is a way to get that type of sound without having to do a bunch of custom stuff. So you can take your factory bike, you can upgrade to the Wet Sound Zero and get a system that's gonna compete with all the wind noise and the engine noise. So our Wet Sound Polaris Razor. The Razor is showcasing all of our new Zero product. We wanted to show this product in a power sports application because the Zero can work in motorcycles, power sports, marine, just about anything. Hot rods, we're finding uses for a really high output shallow speaker that needs to be built for the elements in a lot of different categories. So in the Razor, we did all the fabrication in-house. Our team of fabricators wanted to showcase some of the new technologies and tools that we have on our product development and engineering side. So we did a lot of 3D printing, CNC, laser cutting. So we fabricated a system with the 8-inch Zeros, 8-inch kick pods, 6.5-inch Zeros, and 6 Zero 10s up in the enclosure. So you'll see it's got a really awesome system. It flows with the roof. It looks factory, the fit and finish. And it really shows the technology and the output that Wet Sounds is known for. So guys have been really excited to see this because it has the output without just stuff hanging all over. Really cool. Got in trouble with this one quite a few times too, so now we're down to the same 3 seconds as the boat, but this one's been fun to demo. We're here showing our new Wet Sound Stealth XT soundbars, coming from the company that invented the soundbar category for power sports. Wet Sounds owns multiple patents for the soundbar, so created a whole new category with the launch of the original Stealth. And as the market's developed and we've got a lot of imitators out there, we decided we're going to take it to a whole nother level. So the Wet Sound Stealth XT soundbar is a ground-up design that we've been working on to provide a great bass response, a full rich sound at all volume levels. So we wanted something that had a full rich sound at low volume levels if you're just cruising, or something that could really just, cut through the wind noise, cut through the engine noise if you're out riding trails. We added RGB accents. We have a cool down light, so you've got a map light. You need to find something in your vehicle. We're running 3 sizes now. We have a 6, an 8, and a 12. The 12 as a quad tweeter setup, it's the same width as our current Stealth 10. So it's the same width, we shoehorned a couple more tweeters, changed the dispersion pattern on it so you have a lot more wide sound stage. The soundbars have the capability to link together. We have our A-Link. We're famous for our Wet Sounds A-Link. People, can party cove, you can link vehicles together. But these right now, if you're on a trail, you can Bluetooth them together. You have the capability to go to an external amplifier or subwoofer. Right now, we're showing our Stealth AS sub, which is our all-in-one. We have a 6-inch, an 8-inch, and a 10-inch all-in-one built-in amplification, so it's perfect for a side-by-side. We're finding them in Jeeps and a lot of applications. People want a high output sub, don't want to build an enclosure, you can just pop it right in. So the Wet Sound Stealth XT soundbars is that next generation, and once again, from the company that invented the category, we wanted to set the bar and set the standard to a whole nother level. So these soundbars are just unrivaled. We're here with the new Wet Sound Zero series. The Zero series is a zero compromise series. We set out to build the best marine audio speaker, period. That was the goal. And we also had the goal to make it work in factory Harley-Davidson fairings and power sports application. So it was quite a bit of a challenge to create a speaker that would work for marine, motorcycle, and power sports. But we achieved it with what we call the Zero. It was a zero compromise, building a speaker system from scratch, taking our tower speaker technology, what we're known for in our compression drivers, and slimming it down. Has a compression bullet tweeter, neodymium magnet structure, built-in heat sink so it dissipates the heat. We did a reverse surround, so that'll fit right into a factory Harley. If you don't use the grill, it goes right under the factory grill. We have a twist and lock grill, so these grills will all twist and lock. They're available in black and white. We did a really cool gloss satin two-tone, high-end look, new cosmetic. This is a brand new look for Wet Sounds. It's complete, sporty, different style for us. And now we have multiple grill options for everybody that, some people might like the more conservative looks that we do, like the XW. Some like our classic Wet Sound Signature Series, the XS, or what we have called the XZ, which the XZ is this new sporty style. So we have a 10-inch sub, a 12-inch sub. Everything is shallow mount, so they're very shallow. The 10-inch sub on the Harley, we're running in the bags, or the 6.5s in the factory locations. 8s, same thing. We've got a 5x7 and a 6x9 that are about to be shipping, so we'll have a few more products to round out this. So if you have a motorcycle that has 6x9s in the lid, you can put the 6.5s in the front, 6x9s in the lid. In marine, white, again, whole boat with all the zeros if you want to have something that really brings that live music experience. Wet Sound's signature sound is that live music experience. It's something when you go to a concert, you get goosebumps. Not just listening to audio. We want you to experience the audio. This is what this entire industry is about. We want to have some fun. We're out on the water, we're cruising trails, we're taking long rides on our bike. We're really having fun out there, and let's make sure we have some enjoyment with our music. Thanks for hanging out with us, checking out our Wet Sounds booth at SEMA 2022 and all the cool new products. Looking forward to 2023 and what's in store.